Tonight, your favorite local establishment in Minnesota will be open late once again, and business owners are celebrating. Plus, while things start to move forward, the newest jobs report shows those numbers are lagging behind. And talking with your kids about complicated subjects can be difficult, but tonight we're hearing from experts who say the sooner you start, the better.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. Bars and restaurants across Minnesota are celebrating. Today is the first day they are able to close at a regular time in almost a year. The governor shortened hours after evidence showed increased COVID infections late at night. CBS3's Natalie Grant shares what these extended hours mean to local bars.
Late night happy hours are making a comeback in Minnesota Friday, with statewide closing times now lifted. It's news bar owner Dan Witzman of the Break Room has been waiting for.
2019 to 20, we lost 60% of our business.
Witzman says 40% of their business usually comes in after 11 o'clock. And without those late night customers, the pool hall has suffered.
That late night crowd has been virtually non-existent, during the whole pandemic. So we're hoping we get that crowd back.
The same is true from 4th Street to Canal Park. Maggie Gustafson and her team at the Ripple Bar say a weight has been lifted with this latest announcement.
I couldn't feel more relieved, to say the least. It's hard to not get emotional about it.
Last summer, the Ripple stayed afloat with an outdoor bar, but say the unpredictability came with challenges. They are happy to be entering the summer months inside at their normal hours.
We made it through the winter, we made it through the pandemic, and we're ready for this Duluth summer to keep us going.
Witzman agrees, hoping that these reinstated hours bring a boost in business.
I think a lot of people are anxious to get back out in the nightlife scene, so I'm hoping that helps boost our summer.
Taking another step towards normalcy, 1 hour at a time.
The most recent curfew began in mid-February when bars and restaurants were allowed to stay open until 11 p.m. Before that, the curfew was set at 10 p.m. And you'll recall in November of last year, Governor Walz closed bars and restaurants for 4 weeks after a surge of cases hit the state. In Wisconsin, Democratic Senator Tammy Baldwin is fully endorsing President Biden's rescue plan. She met with small business owners today in Madison for what was called her Main Street Tour event. Many of them used the Paycheck Protection Program to keep their businesses afloat during the pandemic. Baldwin says helping small businesses was a priority for her.
It's why I work to make sure that the American Rescue Plan created a new $25 billion revitalization program for restaurants and bars, tap rooms, breweries, etc.
Baldwin says the money provides a lifeline for many people in Wisconsin and is necessary to move the economy forward. As states relax COVID restrictions and vaccinated Americans feel like they're starting to get back to normal, the latest jobs report shows the economy isn't recovering as fast as many expected. The Labor Department reported 266,000 new jobs last month, far below the 1 million jobs some analysts had predicted. Still, the Biden administration argues there's reason to be optimistic.
There's more evidence that our economy is moving in the right direction. But it's clear we have a long way to go.
But critics claim extended unemployment benefits, $300 a week in federal aid on top of state payments, encourages people not to work. However, the Biden administration blames other factors, including lingering health concerns over the pandemic and child care challenges. Well, Dave joins us now for a check of the weather. Happy Friday night, Dave. Not a bad day.
Yeah, Friday Eve is gone, and
yes.
Now actual Friday is here. A lot of folks are chomping at the bit to take a little break from work. And boy, we got a break from any rain chances here today, which may or may not be a good thing. Dry times are ahead. Here's a picture of Lake Vermilion this evening around sunset time. Not too many clouds in the sky. The ones we had last night didn't drop very much rain. We need more rain. I don't think we're going to get it for a while because it is clearing up and drying up, even though there are a couple of rogue showers trying to slip across the Canadian border. Like last night, they probably won't even hit the ground. It'll be just virga. So A dry spell is setting up starting tonight with a partly cloudy sky and a low down to 30. For tomorrow, partly cloudy once again, high temp of 57. It's just bubbling under normal a little bit. But later on in the week ahead, we'll get back to normal temperature-wise, which is 60 for this time of year. And by about this time next week, maybe we can start talking about rain chances, and I'll talk more about them in just a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. After news this week that a Superior gymnastics coach was charged with sexually assaulting 2 teens, we've heard from parents left wondering how to talk to their kids about it. Sexual assault charges have been made against Twin Ports gymnastics coach George Deppa. The 2 teens' allegations range between the summer of 2020 and just last month. They say the alleged abuse happened at Deppa's home and on a boat. We reached out to the Douglas County District Attorney Mark Fruhoff today. He said he can't share if any more victims have come forward since Deppa was charged. When parents hear about a sexual predator in their child's community, many are left scared and confused, wondering if their child is also a victim. To get some answers, we spoke with Mel Alvar. She works with families who have experienced sexual violence through the Program for Aid to Victims of Sexual Assault, otherwise known as PAVSA. Alvar says parents should talk to their kids about things like consent and understanding that their body is their own. If parents hear of an assault case in their community, they should keep an open line of communication with their kid and ask about their thoughts.
Also, part of that conversation is talking about how it is never a child's fault when there's an adult involved. It is the adult who made that decision, who did something wrong, who did something illegal, who harmed you, and it is never your fault.
If you or someone in your family become a victim of sexual violence, PAVSA in Duluth and CASDA in Superior want to support you. Their phone numbers and additional resources can be found on our website. A woman is critically injured after a stabbing incident in Duluth's Central Hillside neighborhood. Police responded to the 500 block of West 4th Street just after 6 p.m. on reports of a woman who was stabbed and a man with a broken leg. According to reports, the suspect fled the scene. Police don't know their identity. Another person took the woman to the hospital. Police say the man broke his leg during the incident. He is also being treated at the hospital. This investigation is ongoing. The 4 former Minneapolis police officers involved in George Floyd's arrest and death are now facing federal civil rights charges. Today, a federal grand jury indicted Derek Chauvin, Thomas Lane, Jay King, and Tu Tao. The former officers are accused of violating Floyd's constitutional rights as he was restrained face down on the pavement and gasping for air. Chauvin, Tao, and King are charged with violating Floyd's right to be free from unreasonable seizure and excessive force. All 4 officers are charged for their failure to provide Floyd with medical care. Derek Chauvin hasn't been sentenced for his murder conviction, and the state trial for the other ex-officers is set for later this summer. Unaffiliated defense attorney Joe Tamburino says this indictment could complicate things.
I don't see how you could go to trial while you also have federal indictments and you might be in custody, federal custody. So I think they're going to have no alternative but to continue the state's trial.
Chauvin was also charged in a second indictment stemming from the arrest and neck restraint of a 14-year-old boy in 2017. He is currently in jail awaiting sentencing after being convicted of murder in a separate state trial. The man accused of holding 5 employees hostage at a bank in St. Cloud is in custody after an hours-long standoff. St. Cloud's police chief says the suspect, 35-year-old Ray McNeary, has a long criminal history. Police say McNeary was involved in a dispute at the bank Thursday afternoon, and the branch manager called police. Many people had run out of the bank by the time officers arrived, but 5 employees were held hostage.
The last hostage that was being held took his chance and made a run for the door. And as he was running towards the door, both tactical units, ours from the St. Cloud Police Department and the Federal Bureau of Investigation's tactical unit, made a simultaneous entry and took the suspect into custody without incident.
The chief added he was happy the standoff ended peacefully. Big winners in the Minnesota Lottery will now be able to keep their names confidential. That's due to a bill Governor Tim Walz signed this week. It makes the names of cash prize winners bigger than $10,000 private data. Lawmakers said the change was needed to protect the privacy of big winners. They say people have been targeted by criminals and have been robbed or killed. Minnesota will become one of about a dozen states that allow this type of privacy. The new law takes effect September 1st. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, living near a Great Lake has its benefits, but shifting lake levels can cause major issues. Find out why next.
First week of May is just about wrapped up, and now we're getting close to 3/4 of an inch shy from normal precipitation. And for the week ahead, I don't see too many precip chances coming. It's going to be dry, but will it be warm as well? I'll show you which way we'll roll with the 7-day forecast right after our break.
You're watching the CBS 3 News at 10 with Kristen Vaki, sports with Kelly Hinson, and weather with meteorologist Dave Anderson on Live Local CBS 3. Get your news on the go, the CBS 3 mobile app.
Shop for a cause at Home Seasonal Concepts. Home will give you 10% off sale prices on porch and patio when you donate $10 to help ovarian cancer research. Give $10 and get 10% off sale prices now at Home Seasonal Concepts.
The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu will take you right into summer. With out-of-this-world brownie batter, iconic drumstick with peanuts, plus favorites like cotton candy, raspberry fudge bliss, and an all-new lineup for all the summer you crave. The new DQ Summer Blizzard menu. Summer's best moments are just one bite away. DQ. Happy tastes good. Get it delivered at DQ.com.
As a person with a disability who values living independently and being safe, let's keep each other safe, Minnesota.
People with disabilities and people feeling the effects of aging. Roll up your sleeves and stay safe. Sign up today for Minnesota's Vaccine Connector program. Join the millions of people who have safely received a COVID-19 vaccine. It's the best thing you can do to support our local businesses and safely return to a more normal lifestyle. For further assistance, contact your COVID community coordinator at Access North.
Hi folks, Joe Namath here, and if you're on Medicare, this is important. You're now entitled to eliminate co-pays and get dental care, dentures, eyeglasses, prescription coverage, in-home aids, unlimited transportation, and home-delivered meals, all at no additional cost. Plus, your zip code may have coverage with the Give Back benefit that adds money back to your Social Security check every month. Look, with the uncertainty of the virus and vaccines, you need to get everything you're entitled to. Here's the bottom line. Call to get significant benefits at no additional cost and see if your zip code has coverage with the Give Back benefit. Millions of people have trusted the Medicare Coverage Helpline. You can too. Call now. It's free.
Call 1-800-916-5591. That's 1-800-916-5591 now.
Now at Home Sleep Express, you can test and buy a famous Purple mattress and get 0% interest financing for 4 years. Purple's patented science makes for cooler and more comfortable sleep. Get free delivery, set up, and a 120-day guarantee. The famous Purple mattress, now at Home Sleep Express. Gail King, Anthony Mason, and Tony DeCopel. Weekday mornings on CBS.
Now, the CBS 3 Duluth WeatherMax forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Well, clouds are going to become scarce. So if you got a few in the sky earlier this evening, you saw a beautiful sunset like this. It may be a while before we get enough thick clouds into the area to create any rain. Dry period is entering for several days. This picture comes from the Floodwood area from our good friend John Dahlman. Maybe later next week about this time we'll start to talk about rain chances again. But from now through the weekend, it's going to be sunny but cooler than normal. Later on next week, there is a chance for normal to return, which is 60 degrees. I'll talk about that after we look at these current conditions. At the airport in Duluth, it's 41 right now with 47% relative humidity. Westerly wind going 3 miles per hour sure has slacked off from earlier today. And the air pressure still holding on to the higher side now at 30.13 inches of mercury as higher pressure indeed settles into the upper Midwest to hold on to our area and dominate our sky from now till about Wednesday. Next rain chance may not come till Thursday. And And even that chance is not a fantastic one. Current regional temperatures, 32 for the Upper Peninsula from Ironwood down towards Watersmeet. 33 is a common theme for a good slice of Wisconsin from Ashland to Hayward. We have 32 in Solon Springs, 34 for Superior, and a little bit cooler towards Red Cliff and LaPointe, and Bayfield too, of course. Getting over towards Cloquet, Moose Lake, mid to upper 30s for those folks. As cool as 30 right now for Silver Bay, 32 Hibbing, still 35 International Falls. Inland Minnesota could drop into the 20s tonight, lower 30s for many of the rest of us. Doppler map. Well, the clouds from last night failed to bring much in the way of precipitation, and now they're dragging themselves off to the east. The wake of the low pressure system is helping to trigger a couple of very light rain showers north of Fort Francis here, but otherwise we're clearing up and we're cooling down. And we're going to stay sunny from the high pressure, as I mentioned, all the way through Wednesday or so. Maybe by Thursday, this low pressure system will finally edge towards our region, bringing 30 to 40% rain chances for Thursday and Friday. If you're waiting for it to get back to normal temperature-wise, you won't have to wait quite as long. That should begin on Tuesday when we get back up to that norm of 60 degrees. Tonight, Minnesota, low temps. Could be as cool as 22 over towards International Falls and Fort Francis, as warm as 35 by Park Point and Two Harbors by the lake. Partly cloudy sky from the advancing high. Partly cloudy for Wisconsin and Michigan overnight too, with low temps there 25 to 30. For tomorrow with sunshine, I think Wisconsin, Michigan will run 55 to 60. The warm spot being Hayward. Minnesota numbers 48 to 55 by the lake, and then 55 to 59 inland. Partly cloudy sky there as well. Extended forecast shows us that dry period lasting through Wednesday and the cool period lasting through Monday. Then we warm up on Tuesday, and that continues through next Friday. And then we start to cloud up again on Wednesday, which leads to that rain chance on Thursday and Friday. As I mentioned, it's not a fantastic chance, but it seems to be the only one we have, so we'll keep our fingers crossed for it.
Sure will. Thanks, Dave. Beach erosion and lake walk damage have been big issues over the last few years here in Duluth. And for those who live on Park Point, it has been downright scary. But CBS3's Alex Libby spoke with residents there and a lake level forecaster who say there might be some light at the end of the tunnel.
Beach erosion has been costly for those who live along Park Point.
3 properties cost about $10,000.
Gail Kearns has called Park Point home since 1983, and he says the storms in 2017 and 2018 were the worst he has ever seen, destroying more than 6 feet of his property. But he says this year has been a different story.
For us, this last year was absolutely great because in terms of erosion.
Kearns says he thinks the beach nourishment with dredge material by the Army Corps of Engineers has helped.
We have extended the beach by a long ways, and that offers a great deal of protection during storms. Having the lake lower also helps.
According to the Army Corps of Engineers, Lake Superior's lake level is down around 4 inches from this time last year. And Deanna Apps, a lake level forecaster with the agency, says the lower levels are directly caused by the region's weather.
So the drier conditions that we've seen towards the end of 2020 and now beginning of 2021 has definitely impacted the lake levels, and conditions are lower than they were last year.
Apps says over 100 years of collecting lake level data, there have been times of higher and lower water levels on the Great Lakes. She says her latest forecast is good news for residents of Park Point.
Lake Superior is supposed to remain about 2 to 4 inches below last year over the next 6 months based off our May monthly forecast. So, the trend to continue to stay, a few inches below last year is expected over these next 6 months.
Kearns says every inch the lake drops closer to average is good news for him and his yard.
The Army Corps of Engineers is expected to continue adding dredged sand to Park Point Beach later this year. Still to come, it has been a hard year for everyone, especially hospital workers. But despite all the chaos, 2 frontline nurses are celebrating new life.
CBS3 Live Cams, brought to you by KohlerChev.com, now featuring the Kohler Express Deal online buying solution. KohlerChev.com, a better way to buy.
Whatever your water worry, Culligan Water can help. With over 40 filtration systems, from the world's best softener and safer drinking water systems, no one filters more than Culligan Water. The only water that comes with a van. Contact Culligan Water, the local water expert.
As our communities recover, we want to give every child's dream a chance. It's time for our leaders to fully fund public education. No more budget cuts, no more letting the wealthiest Minnesotans and biggest corporations pay less than their fair share. Let's give every student what they need. Healthy meals, trusted counselors, hands-on learning, individual attention. Believe in We Minnesota. Tell legislators to fund our schools so every student can thrive. No exceptions.
We've been on the road with you for 50 years now. We're proud to share the safe roads and the roller coaster roads, even the long and winding roads. Navigating the road less traveled and cruising up the high roads. For 3 generations, it's been an honor to share the roads of life with you. Here's to another 50 and beyond.
3 derm ingredients in 1 cream? Don't settle for less. Revitalift Triple Power with pro-retinol plus hyaluronic acid and vitamin C. It visibly reduces wrinkles, firms, and brightens. Revitalift Triple Power Moisturizer from L'Oreal. Now the #1 serum brand in America.
The CBS Evening News with Nora O'Donnell. Weeknights on CBS.
What should have been just a normal junior year for soccer captain Carson Schulte turned into an unexpected nightmare.
A couple of surgeons came in and they would just assume that he'd been battling Crohn's his entire life. And when we told them that he wasn't, they were pretty surprised that it happened so quickly.
You're gonna crash and burn if you have a bad mindset. So you just gotta try and stay as positive as you can at all times.
His story of resiliency battling Crohn's disease Thursday on CBS3.
COVID-19 vaccines are bringing hope and questions. This is why we're bringing understanding to the challenge of vaccinating America. Ongoing coverage on CBS News. If it's important to our nation,
the country is facing yet another unprecedented crisis.
it's on Face the Nation, making politics make sense. The why behind the biggest stories. Face the Nation on CBS.
CBS News Sunday Morning with Jane Pauley on CBS.
It's been a tough year for healthcare workers, but now 2 nurses on the front lines of the pandemic in California are celebrating new life and their first Mother's Day. Dania Backus has their story.
So cute. Congratulations.
Bea Joe and Raquel Failing are enjoying the snuggles with their new babies Sloan and Hudson after a year of highs and lows.
Now I know what when people say it's love at first sight and you're just filled with all this love.
It's very rewarding to be a parent, to be a mother, and to have done this through COVID.
The new moms are friends and nurses working together through the pandemic at USC Verdugo Hills Hospital in Los Angeles.
You guys find out that you're pregnant in the middle of a pandemic. I'm sure that comes with joy, but also a little bit of fear.
You take care of yourself, you take care of patients, but you also want to take care of your future, which is the baby.
You are due for that balance even more difficult during the winter surge.
I was really, really scared because I don't know, will this be the day that I somehow get exposed to a COVID patient?
The surge was it was very, very scary.
Both women kept working despite their fears.
I wanted to be there for the unit. I wanted to be there for my coworkers.
And continued supporting each other.
We would compare our baby bumps. It was great being able to see her and go through this with somebody else.
Raquel and Bea credit their coworkers for helping them stay safe. They gave birth just weeks apart at USC Verdugo Hills.
I'm just filled with emotions right now. It's like I look at him and I say, I can't believe this human is finally here.
After a year where so many have lost so much.
Words cannot describe how happy I am to have her. It's such a big blessing.
They say they are filled with gratitude and hope this Mother's Day. Danya Backus, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And coming up in sports, the UMAC Championship crowns a winner. Kelly is in next.
Get your news on the go. The CBS3 mobile app.
With the Dish Anywhere app, you can watch what you want, where you want, at no extra charge.
Kids, bedtime.
Which is a good thing, because life is full of little surprises.
Ready to watch?
Even when there's an unexpected change in venue. Watch what you want, where you want, on up to 5 devices, at no extra charge. Dish, tuned in to you.
Funerals can be emotionally devastating for a family to go through. Besides the sorrow, loved ones are left with the high cost of arranging a funeral. Funeral Advantage was formed to help protect your family when they need it most. It pays your loved ones up to $20,000 immediately for funeral and any other expenses.
It's a good feeling to know that my family will be taken care of if anything happens to me.
Funerals can easily cost $9,000 or more, but government benefits pay only $255, leaving your loved ones to pay the rest.
It's so easy. Just answer a few simple health questions. This is so affordable, even for someone like me who's on a fixed income.
If you're 40 to 85, get information on how to protect your family. Funeral Advantage is something we all need. There's no risk or obligation. Call now.
Get the facts about how easy it is to protect your family. There's no risk or obligation. Don't wait. Call the number on your screen now.
Make sure you have the nicest yard around with help from Menards. We have everything you need to keep your lawn green and evenly watered with a brand new sprinkler system. Right now, all in-ground sprinkler heads and components are 11% off. Reseed those bare patches of your lawn and get it growing fast with Schultz Quick Lawn. A 3-pound bag is now $6.99 after 11% rebate at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Fire threatens everything in its path. When it threatens our communities, we respond. We bring the fight to the front line. The Army National Guard stands ready because sometimes the front lines are in our own backyard. We will always be there when our community needs us the most. Find out more about serving your community part-time by visiting NationalGuard.com.
Now, CBS 3 Sports with Kelly Hinson.
12 players with more than 20 points, the most in the league. A rookie with 10 goals in 10 games, but that is far from the minds of the Minnesota Wild at this moment in time. What is on their minds is a West Division title heading into the playoffs, and they can have some sort of shot at that against Anaheim tonight. Minnesota down early, but 1-0. Kirill Kaprizov finds Victor Rask cutting for the net. Rask scores his 9th goal of the season to tie it at 1 apiece. Late in the first, Minnesota keeping the pressure on the Ducks. Nick Bonino this time sees Nico Sturm cutting down the slot. Sturm snaps it into the twine. Wild take a 2-1 lead. Call him the Sturminator. 10 goals for him on the season. And of course, we're going into overtime. And who else? Guys, give him the Calder. Kirill the Thrill, Nets won 17 seconds in. Wild win 4-3 the final. The College of St. Scholastica men's tennis team is no stranger to hosting the UMAC tournament. They've won 24 straight regular season titles and 3 straight tournament championships. Today, they were looking for another at Longview. This afternoon, it was a bridge battle for all the marbles, UWS and St. Scholastica. 3 doubles was one-sided. Reed Colas and Reese Patton walked away with an 8-1 win for the Saints. 2 doubles was a similar story. Just the other way around, Jacob Zacharias and Michael Janes got UW Superior on the board with an 8-1 win. So 1 singles would be pivotal, a back-and-forth match that would set the tone going into singles play. Duluth East alum Elian Schneider and Jack Carney pulled out an 8-6 win. And you think they're excited about that one? Why wouldn't they be? The Saints now pull in front. Then they got into singles play. Schneider hasn't lost a match yet this season, and he kept it rolling. CSS is UMAC champs once again, 5-4 the final.
It was a great match. You know, UWS has a great team, and it was really fun, and it was a festive atmosphere, and that's what you want. Obviously, as our college is leaving the UMAC, it's a good way to leave. I think we've had a pretty good run, and I'm really excited for the opportunity for them to play.
Yeah, it's been a tough year, but we're really happy with how it turned out. And, yeah, we definitely worked hard all season. We were thinking about it the whole season from the beginning, and we did it, so it feels good.
No details have been released on when or where the Saints will play in the NCAA tournament. In the high school ranks today this afternoon, we had a crosstown showdown. Duluth-Denfeld welcoming in Duluth East. The Greyhounds took their last meeting back in April. We start at the top of the first off the bat of a Greyhound. She lays down a bunt and will fly to first for the single. And we are still scoreless in the top of the first. Same inning, different story. Hunter's up to bat now. It's Sam Snyder who slices this one to center. That one is good enough for the double. Snyder is safe at second. We go to the third. Duluth East Lauren Carlson nails this one to left for the single. Greyhounds still trailing 2-0 at this point. Denfeld goes on to win in a walk-off 6-5 the final in 8 innings. And over in Duluth East, some Friday night lacrosse action. Grand Rapids in town to face Duluth Wolfpack. Picking up in the second period. Back and forth battle for the ball. Loose ball, but the Wolfpack snag it away to reset in the hands of their goaltender. Same period, Wolfpack back on the attack. Colby Larson to Tyler Smith. Full send on that one, and it's into the back of the net. The Wolfpack take a 5-0 dominating lead. Grand Rapids clawing away at that lead. Austin Morrissey tosses to Griffin Barr. Barr finishes it off for the Thunderhawks to get him on the board, but the Duluth Wolfpack go on to score a few more. They win it 9-3 the final. And the Twins delayed for rain out in Detroit, so we're still going. At last check, they were ahead 5-3. Meanwhile, gloomy days continue for the Brewers, who go down 6-1 to the Marlins. That is going to do it for sports tonight. We'll be right back after the break.
Change the future of medicine from the convenience of home. Join the All of Us research program to help improve health research and speed up medical breakthroughs. Visit essentialhealth.org/allofus to learn more.
Isn't it great how swinging through Culver's drive-thru marks the unofficial start to family time? How biting into a hot-off-the-grill butter burger makes worries melt away? And how a fresh frozen custard concrete mixer puts a smile on your face every time. Here, a meal you didn't have to make is a meal made fresh for you. And being greeted with a smile, even beneath a mask, makes all the difference.
There's a reason we put so much care into our food. That reason is you.
Welcome to Delicious.
Looking for a home run on your next home project? Don't strike out by using someone out of left field who makes errors, balks at your needs, isn't safe, and gives you the squeeze by charging double.
Your home improvement company aced my window project, and working with them was a walk in the park.
We never sacrifice quality, and you can count on us to avoid curveballs and save you time.
Plus, they clean up, which is a big relief. Your home improvement company is a huge hit in Twins territory, even if their owner is a bit of a screwball.
We've been on the road with you for 50 years now. We're proud to share the safe roads and the roller coaster roads, even the long and winding roads. Navigating the road less traveled and cruising up the high roads. For 3 generations, it's been an honor to share the roads of life with you. Here's to another 50 and beyond.
Mining. It's a part of Minnesota's history that affects everyone in the Northland still to this day. From environmental issues to economics and so much more. Join me, Kristen Baki, every Tuesday for Eye on Mining, a fair and unbiased report that answers the tough questions surrounding the world of mining.
Eye on Mining with Kristen Baki. Tuesdays at 10 only on live local CBS3. Brought to you by Range Regional Airport.
Mariah Haberman here from Discover Wisconsin. Join me and the rest of the crew every week on this station for all things Wisconsin. Continue the adventure on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and discoverwisconsin.com. Plus, subscribe to the Cabin Podcast, available wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Men's wardrobe provided by Mainstream Fashions for Men. Our buy one, get one for $1 suit and sport coat sale is now in progress. Hundreds of options. Mainstream, downtown Duluth.
Well, that's all the time we have tonight, but we want to wish everyone a very happy Mother's Day this weekend. Take care and enjoy your weekend.